Hey folks, and welcome back to the channel. There is one question I get asked quite often in the comments, and instead of typing the same response over and over, I figured, why not just make a video out of it and make it way easier for all of us? That question is, should I save my hero recruitment keys? Now obviously you want to use the free daily recruitments that you get. That way you can restart the refresh timer and just continue getting them. But does it actually make sense to stockpile these keys or use them right away as you get them? And the answer to that sort of changes a bit based on where you are in your account progression. So I'm going to break down 3 reasons why you should save your keys, and one big reason why you shouldn't. And then we'll discuss the trade-offs between that and what it means for you and your particular account as you're making these sorts of strategic decisions. While use of hero keys is never a task that's given to you in either Hall of Governors, Strongest Governor, Kingdom of Power, which is also known as KVK Prep, or Alliance Brawl, it does show up in seasonal events on days 1 and 3, where using these sorts of keys will actually give you points. And on day 3 in particular, if you're trying to save speed ups and hero shards for KVK or some other event, it can actually be challenging to earn points here without actually using the keys. Now you do get some rewards for these seasonal events by hitting your own personal point milestones, and generally they're okay and not super great, but the more important thing to note about this is that the honor ranking you get for these points, whether you're talking about the stage rewards or even the total rewards, do not give you any of the exclusive skin or limited time event stuff. The special exclusive rewards are usually tied to an exclusive mode associated with that event. You usually just get orange shards, some gems, and a bunch of speed ups. And unless you're going for a top rank, there's not really that much difference between a few hundred points near the bottom. So even if you are going for the exclusive skins, it doesn't really do you any good to save the keys for that. That means we can frame this more simply as a trade-off between using the keys sooner in order to get those hero summons sooner, versus holding on to them for one of these events to get a little bit of extra rewards when you use them. And given that these events come around usually once every 1 to 2 months, you should have some frequent opportunities to use them. But at 11,000 points for a single gold key, these milestones are actually fairly easy to meet. So while an event like this might make you feel like you should hold the keys a little bit, and granted yes there are some minor rewards for doing so, it's not really that big of a deal. And now we're going to talk about the second reason why you might want to hold on to your hero keys, and that is the Call of the Sovereign event. While this event starts appearing a few times after you hit the Age of True Gold, when you get to Generation 3 heroes, the quests actually change a little bit, and it includes quests for using advanced recruitment 10 times, as well as epic recruitment, which is the gold key quest, both 10 times and 30 times. And in this circumstance, the rewards are actually a little bit better. You get some mythic general hero shards, some true gold, which is very helpful if you're a free-to-play player because you're usually short on true gold for building. And collectively, these help you unlock the chests here, which give you additional bonuses, even if you're not going to pay to max out the top one. So this one is probably worthwhile to save for. However, unlike the seasonal events we just talked about, which have a reward scheme for individual placement competitively, Call of the Sovereign quests are Boolean. Either you complete them or you don't. And you don't get more credit for having extra recruitment keys than the mission asks for. Now the catch here is that this is a 3-day event, and these missions appear each of the 3 days. So to completely maximize your bonuses, you're looking at advanced recruitment 30 times, which is 30 silver or platinum keys, and epic recruitment 90 times, which means 90 gold keys stored on hand. So this one's a bit worthwhile to keep a certain stockpile of keys for when it comes around, just so you can get the extra rewards without having to try too hard and scramble at the last minute. The advanced key recruitment one can be completed very easy, but the gold key one you might want to hold on to a stockpile of about 90 gold keys, and never fall below that unless you're explicitly using them for the Call of the Sovereign event. Fortunately, this event has seemed to coincide with the first 3 days of the seasonal events very frequently, which allows you to double dip for points between these 2 events by using the keys at the right time. But again, Call of the Sovereign won't really be a factor until you're at least 100 days into the game and looking at Generation 3 heroes in your kingdom. And now the third and final reason you might want to save those keys. You may be used to Jabel being the only hero in the gold key pool, but when you hit Generation 4, the drop rates actually change, and the Generation 2 mythic heroes get added to the loot table. This means if you've significantly built out your Jabel or maxed out her shards within the first 3 hero generations, it might make sense to actually start stockpiling those keys instead of using them for more Jable shards you won't use. Then when Generation 4 rolls around, you can use a bunch of them and start getting the Generation 2 heroes to build older heroes you might not have been able to max out before. This is a great strategy, especially if you're free to play. And as new hero generations are added to the game, any heroes that are 2 generations prior will start to be added to that loot table, with the exception of the pay-to-win heroes Helga and Amadeus. And for whatever reason, Sol just doesn't show up as you would expect when Generation 3 is enabled in your game. But with those exceptions aside, you'll continue to see more and more heroes added to the hero recruitment pool for epic recruitment with gold keys. Now, what's the reason you might not want to save these hero keys? But first, a special thank you to my Sloth Squad channel members whose continued support helps make these guides possible. Also thanks to my friends over at the Play Smarter community who have just made a new way for serious spenders to invest smarter and support my channel by leveraging your in-game spend with creator code SLOTH. Check out the link below in the description for details. Well, this is one of the primary ways that you'll be able to get shards for not just Jable, but also all the purple and even blue heroes that form the backbone of your early game. And not only that, there's a bunch of skill books, hero experience, speed ups, and even resources that, if you're an early player in the game, you're probably bottlenecked by all of these at some different point. So it would be a shame to miss out on all of these rewards because you're saving for some opportunity that's really multiple hero generations down the line. In this situation, there's a very clear argument that it would be helpful to bring forward all of these rewards even though they're suboptimal compared to the ones you could get later in the game, simply because it allows you to accelerate the tempo of your account and earn rewards in other areas. We're talking better forge hammers from Bear Hunt, better weekly income from Mystic Trials, and all sorts of ways your account progression can be improved with them. So there's actually a time value to bringing these rewards sooner into your Kingshot journey and using them to get additional rewards you otherwise wouldn't be able to get. And therefore, I think you actually would come out ahead in terms of choosing to use these gold and silver keys sooner. So overall, it's up to you to strategically balance how soon you need to bring these rewards into your journey versus holding off on later when you get opportunities to use those keys for bigger returns. So if we were to put this all together and think about a key usage strategy, I would say early on in the game, don't worry about using them too soon. You can use them immediately when you get them, get the heroes, get the skill books, get the hero experience and all the other resources and speed ups that come with it, and use those to earn rewards in other areas of your account. When the seasonal events come along and give you points for using keys, great, do that and try and hit the personal milestones, but don't really use that as a way to compete because the rewards just aren't worth it. And you don't need to worry about saving for Call of the Sovereign until you start getting closer to day 100, nor do you need to worry about the changing drop rates to include other mythic heroes until you get to Generation 4, which will probably be about 180 to 190 days in the game. So as long as you're able to go into day 100 with a minimum stockpile of 90 keys, you should be all set for whenever the Call of the Sovereign event comes to your kingdom. So beyond that, don't feel any reservations about drawing from the hero pool and just starting to build cool stuff in your account. You'll have plenty of time to get all those extra keys later. I hope this quick video is helpful to build conviction for you that it's actually safe to use these keys, because I would highly recommend it for your account. Let me know if you have any other questions about this in the comments, and be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you're always notified of when I post the next guide. Thanks again for watching, and happy gaming out there.